You're marching on with no points. West Ham takes all three. Come on, you Irons. My God, that was a frustrating game. That was such a frustrating game, that was. Anyway, guys, let's start it off. Hello, guys. Welcome to the Free Hammers. It's Luke here. And as you can imagine, I'm in a very, very good mood after that win. We started with a team, that picks itself now. Antonio, Bowen, Benrahma, etc., etc., etc. They had some problems. They had a new guy called Cresswell in at centre back. Their goalkeeper was apparently, a little bit injured at the time. No Bamford for them today, but they still had the danger players of Rafinha. You know what you get with Leeds. You're going to have constant in your face all the time. As I said in the preview, and I'm not insulting you. You know that anyway. You know the sort of performance that you're going to get out of Leeds. However, I thought we started the game really, really well. The first sort of 20 minutes, I thought we was really, really good. We had Benrahma was definitely on it. He had a few chances. Bowen looked really dangerous down the right-hand side. And Antonio, was constantly sort of causing havoc, few little half chances here and there. And I thought we were probably the most likely team to score at first. And then at some point in the game, we sort of just lost our way a little bit. And then Soucek, we've been saying it about his passing recently, and getting caught in possession. If one thing that, if he needs to just go away and look at his game, that's something that has let him down recently. His passing, got caught in possession. The ball was played out. Dan James did really, really well. Laid the ball in, and then the player laid it to Rafinha, who had already had a sighter a few minutes earlier, and then pinged the ball in past Fabianski. It was a good goal. He's the danger man. And at that point, it was a bit frustrating, and it took us a little while to get our game back. They were really, really dangerous for a while. Rafinha constantly causing mischief. Dan James was getting involved, and that they were really, really good. That they were at times really, really good, like just full on energy, packing it in, and catching us on the break. And we couldn't do nothing for a long, long time. We had a few little half chances here and there. Bowen had a great one in the first half that just, he whipped it in, and it went really, really close. Very, very unlucky. And then obviously the big chance for us in the first half, the main big one, was the Fornals one. Played in, loads of space, acres and acres of space. Maybe a bit too much time. His touch let him down a little bit. Melia made himself big. I thought he'd injured himself. I thought he might have popped his shoulder when he initially went down, but Fornals, that is, but wasn't to be. So at half time, really frustrated game. I was thinking, it's going to be one of them ones where we just can't get ourselves back into it. But we did, and thankfully, the second half, we probably were the better team for most of the second half. They were still dangerous. They still had times where they caught us 2-on-1 situations, but Benrahma's defensive work today was absolutely fantastic. He got us out of that mischief a few times. Our set pieces were starting to get a little bit better again. This season we haven't really done anything for set pieces after having such a good campaign with set pieces last year. Soucek went really, really close with a header before the disallowed goal. So the disallowed goal, the ball was played in. Antonio sort of went up with his arm like that, rightly disallowed. If it was against West Ham, we'd all be fuming. Went up in the air. Soucek did put it in, but obviously disallowed. The only thing I do have about this is I don't think the referee was going to book Antonio until we see it on the big screen and the Leeds fans' reactions. I think he would have gone, okay, we disallowed a goal, but it's sort of a bit of a double jeopardy, that one, with the the yellow card and disallowing the goal. But it is what it is. We grew in the game a little bit more confident. We was constantly getting set corners, and we had dangerous free kicks where we kept trying the quick free kicks. Again, we come really, really close sometimes with them ones. But then the goal did finally come, and I don't think it's going to go down as his goal, because it was a double deflection. But if there is a man that deserves, all the credit recently for just work rate and just, epitomising what West Ham's about now, is Jarrod Bowen. Cutting obviously. Played a shot and it, pinged off two players and in. But I don't care. It was such a frustrating game, and their goalkeeper was having an absolute worldie. At 1-1, I think at that point there was only going to be one team that went on to win it, and it was West Ham. They might have caught us on a counter attack and got a bit lucky, but I think as the game went on, they run out of steam. Their style of play, it takes a lot out of them, and I think that's how our winning goal did come. And a winning goal did come. Declan Rice again, showing himself, his passing ability to get the assist. Antonio, though, what a touch, touched it in, and then he's finishing so calm. There was no smashing it in after having quite a frustrating game as well. Antonio, obviously got the book in. That young boy Cresswell did quite well against him, considering young boy. But yeah, great touch, smooth finish. Right in the corner. 6 in 6. What more can you want from this man? Do you know what I mean? This geezer stays fit, he's going to hit 20 goals. I do genuinely believe that this may be our 20-goal a season striker that we've been waiting for so long, and he's been sitting at right back or right wing. But I believe, this man has gone away and really worked on his finishing. It was just fantastic. Listen, last minute of the game, in a game where, he's had to work really hard for any little half chances or chances he's had. And to, take that moment in the last minute, winning goal for West Ham. After last week's, losing the game in the last minute when we could have got a draw, with the penalty, it's a great character one, that is. Honestly, it just shows, even in a game where we weren't the better team for some big spells in that game, we've got enough character and enough quality. And as long as Antonio stays fit and people like Rice are there to deliver the quality to him, we can still believe that we can go on and win games, and that's a massive, huge win. If we would have lost that game, you'd be thinking, we've lost to a team that ain't won a game, and we would have lost to Man United and Leeds. Take away the cup game, I'm talking just league. You might have just started to feel a little bit down, but no, the win. 2 wins now. Win at Old Trafford, win at Elland Road. 2 away wins, 2 massive away wins. Few home games now. I believe 5 of our next 6 are at home, which is good. Obviously, Rapid Vienna on Thursday is a huge game. And then Brentford before the international break. You would say hopefully 2 winnable games. And then you'd say we're in really good form again. We are in good form. In general, we are in good form. We've only lost 1 game. It's just like points in that game, I was getting really frustrated. But yes, we have won. Fantastic. Man of the match for me, I think I've got to give it. I think I've got to give it to Ben Rama. I think his defensive work was just spectacular today. The work rate was just immense, and he was trying to make things happen as well. There are arguments potentially that Bowen could have got it as well. But yeah, real top performances all over the pitch, guys. I hope you enjoyed the game. I didn't, it was such a frustrating game. I enjoyed the goals and I enjoyed the win, but that was such a frustrating match to watch. Really was at times, because Leeds were just so good with the press all the time. Yeah, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. More points on the ball. The quicker we get to 40 points, the quicker we can go and enjoy other things. And if we get to 40 points quick as we can, if we're still in the Europa League in February, the relegation thing's not in the back of your head, and anything that you do in the leagues is a bonus, and you can really put all your eggs into one basket with the Europa League and FA Cup. Who knows? Listen, long way to go. Long way to go. I just want to get them 40 points as quickly as possible, and then anything above that is fantastic. We're a good team. Let's start believing we're a good team. Let's start, as West Ham fans, let's embrace, we are a really good team. If I was a neutral fan, I've done it before in the past, with the Leicesters and the Evertons of the past, and when Wolves was good a few years ago, and I used to go, why can't West Ham be like that? We are like that now. We are that team now. We are hard to beat. We're hard to break down. We've got goals in us. We've got determination. We've got courage. We've got character. We've got a very good manager that can, see where problems are. We've got players on the pitch that have the ability to change things and make things happen in the game and adapt their game. So, guys, enjoy it. Listen, enjoy it. We very rarely get to enjoy West Ham. We've had a lot of bad for a few years, but for the last 18 months, we've got a fantastic team, and I do believe we can do something this year. I really do. I think we're going to have a few games where it gets a bit frustrating, like today in the Southampton game, but We will win more than we lose this year. I'm willing to put my neck on the line. We'll win more than we lose this year. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching the show. Yeah, let me know your man of the match. What did you think of the game? Yeah, until next time, which will be tomorrow for the podcast with me and Paul. Come on, you irons. Keep believing. We're marching on with 3 points. Come on!